120 attendees here, which is great. It's a sellout event for us. Around 35 of you are first-time attendees, so I know some of you are aware of some of the statistics of IR, but it's always good to go through them again. We have around 850 members in around 155 jurisdictions, so really good coverage. That's of course across law, accountancy and finance. Within the group as well, that's around 70 different practice areas, so of course that's offering real niche expertise. For the legal fraternity, around 170 members are Chambers ranked. Now, okay, Chambers isn't everything, but it is a recognition within the industry of a certain quality. We recently asked you to complete a member questionnaire, which is the first time that we've done that. And of the ones that replied, the information that we got back was that around 58% of the firms class themselves as boutique, 33% class themselves as mid-size, 5% international, and 3% sole practitioners. So within the group, you know, we've got the balance, I think, about right. It's about 95% small boutique mid-sized firms, which, you know, that's really what we want to achieve. And for the handful of members that we do have who are larger firms, they tend to pay for it themselves and they almost take it as an individual membership. In terms of the group, we get around 50,000 web hits per month, which is very good within the industry. And actually the user time that we have is around 5 minutes per user. So if you think about it, that's actually quite a long time for firms to be, and users, other members, outside users, going onto your profile, looking at the information about yourself, your skills, your services, and of course also the news that you share. We also have around 40,000, just over 40,000 social media followers. That's principally on LinkedIn and Twitter, the business platforms. So that's a really interesting and high number for firms that potentially could be reading about your skills, your services, and of course it's very important that you share those with us and talk about that in a little more detail. Social media, it's something that we've been banging the drum for a number of years now. I know certain firms are engaged in social media, some not. You have your own views. What for sure is certain is that it's here to stay. It will evolve. It will become more and more important. So if you don't have a social media strategy, you really need to be thinking about one. And of course, what you've also got to understand is that if you are an entrepreneur, maybe you're 30, you're in your late 20s, this is the world that you've grown up in. This is what you understand. So a lot of these entrepreneurs, millennials, if you call them, they're making decisions about your firm based upon your social media output because that's the only thing that they know. So, as I say, whatever your views are on social media, it is important. I mean, it plays a big part of our business. We're able to help and assist firms with their strategy. We do full management, which we'll talk about later if you wish. But yeah, if you want to have a chat with us about social media, it is important. As I said, if you are sharing your success stories with us, that's really, really important. You send them through to your client manager. The client manager will publish them on your behalf. They go to all the members, the outside users. And of course, what you're trying to demonstrate is your skills, your expertise, what's happening in your own jurisdiction, because of course you want people to be aware of the services that are on offer. Of course, I've mentioned this before, it is so important that when you go back to your own businesses, that you make sure that you follow up on the people that you've met here, of course. What I would suggest that you do is appoint somebody else within your firm as the IR representative, if at all possible. I know it's not for everybody, but if you can appoint somebody, maybe it's a marketing person or an assistant, a junior associate, somebody else within the firm to assist you with your membership, because yeah, the events are important, of course, but it's not just about the events, it's about working with us all year round. And one of the key things that we have is an interactive travel calendar. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to connect you face to face. So if you are traveling to another city, you input it into the travel calendar in the private members area. It notifies the local member that you're going to be there, and then we encourage you to get in touch. The other ways is that you get in touch with your client manager and we can assist you in those meetings. So if you are traveling, which of course everybody is. If you do have a break in your schedule between client meetings, before a flight, even if it's a couple of hours, if you are able to go to another member's office, even if it's just for 20 minutes, a coffee, an introduction, that is so powerful. Because of course what we're all trying to do is build trust and understanding between us. And that's really what we're trying to achieve. So yes, I've mentioned the news. Of course, it's important to share that digitally, but of course, it's still an old-fashioned business. We're still trying to connect you face to face. So please, work closely with us. We're here to help. In terms of the coverage, you can see on the screen we have 26% in North America, 29% in Europe, 10% Latin America, 10% Africa and the Middle East, and 25% in the Asia Pacific region. So that's a really healthy split, I think. It's also reflected in some new and emerging markets. And what we've recently completed is a city search, actually. So I know many of you have asked for it before. If you go to the Find an Advisor page within the group, you can actually input which city you're looking for, rather than just a jurisdiction, of course, for obvious reasons. So we're always trying to engage with you. We always get lots of feedback from the event, and we'll certainly do that while we're here and in a post-event survey. And a lot of the best ideas that have ever happened have come from members. So we really encourage you to share those with us, because ultimately we're trying to improve the service. So yeah, please share your success stories with us. Please work closely with us. The more that you talk to us, the more active you are within the group, the more success that you're going to have. So please bear that in mind. And one of the things that we will be writing out to you shortly is for the Member of the Year, 2017 Member of the Year. And so we'll give you the opportunity to either nominate yourself, if that's what you wish, or you can nominate a firm that you believe, who you've been working with, who's added real value into the group. When we analyse the Member of the Year nominations, of course, a lot of that is about referral activity. Yes, of course it is. But it's also about unique ways that you're using your membership, and we want to be able to share that information with other members so they can try and input it into their own business. So for those of you that have been to the conferences before, the annual conference, we have 3 nominated members, and then it's a live vote from the peers within the room. So it's pretty unique within the industry. It's not a paid-for award. It's not a fake award. It is real, and it's really to recognise the good work that is done within the group. We have our current Member of the Year here, John Wolfs. John's around somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. And we also have 2 former Members of the Year here. We have Nick Chen and Christian Roth. Nick, Christian, just... Yeah. So, yeah, they've done some great work within the group. And, yeah, it's not just to recognise those guys, but it's really just to share those kind of ideas and views, really to try and help improve your business.